Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Okay, welcome back, guys.
I'm pretty sure we're going to get flagged for that.
Sounds kind of cool, though. If anyone out there can, like, recreate the Joe Rogan intro, like, hit me up, you know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, a lo-fi vibe, you know, like a lo-fi version of it.
Right, so what's been your summer like, Sam? Not a lot of flying this summer, huh?
Not a lot of flying this summer, you know. There's something pretty horrible about
Sorry,
flying.
I'm going to have to cut you there. Can you speak into the mic?
Yeah, you want me to speak into it?
Yeah,
It
it
kinda
just
feels
sounds much better.
It feels a bit gay, though. You know,
Yeah, but you don't want to be speaking. Can you hear me here?
yeah, I can hear you. I'm sat opposite you. No, it's pretty horrible flying in the Robinsons in the summer.
Doors closed, not a lot of airflow.
Yeah, unless you get like the air conversions, which we haven't got. So
Yeah. Although that Vegas one, do you remember flying over the Grand Canyon? That was hot going in, huh?
I didn't expect it to be that hot. I know it's obviously sat outside on the tarmac all day in the Vegas heat, but that was hot.
Yeah.
That was like sitting in a 22 with the doors closed, all the vents closed for about 4 hours. That was like sweaty hot, but the aircon did kick in pretty
It
fast.
kicked in. But you would think they would have it set up because they leave a whole fleet the same time. So you would think they would have the aircon before the guests arrive.
Yeah, especially with like the EC-130s because they do that whole VIP package in Vegas. You'd think it'd be like ready to go,
Yeah,
sort
like
of thing.
ready. But no, we got there. They had to take the covers off.
We didn't actually figure out how to change the vents until on the way back as well, did we? So
you dried your eyelids.
yeah. Yeah. But we weren't getting full hit with the aircon as well, so we was like still thinking this is hot.
Yeah.
Then we sat in the back and it was
We
chill.
talk about how weird that was, the leaving the airport, the fun facts. It felt like you were on a bus tour for the first 15, 20 minutes. How like, did you know?
Oh yeah. With the so that's the mad thing that shocks me about other helicopter companies is that the pilot doesn't speak to you at all, and to the point where you're like, this is rude. You know, I flew with Fly Nyon in New York, and we did like Sunset New York skyline flight. Mate, the headphones didn't even work for the pilot. Like he was like, no, I can't. He said, I can't hear you at all, but I'll just tell you things halfway through and you'll be able to hear me. Honestly. So if anything was going wrong in the back, he would be like, okay, cool. Yeah, this guy's never going to know until he lands.
So you might have been speaking about your own stuff, and then he would jump.
He'd just jump in and go, oh, just let you know, like 30 seconds away from the sunset or something like that. But the same with Vegas. Like the guy was super cool once you got to know him and he started talking a bit more, but he just had his iPhone plugged in, boom, clicked Spotify, and then it just played. He was like, what playlist do you want to listen to? It's like, I want to ask you about 5,000 questions here.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's it like to fly a 130?
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
And he was flying in cowboy boots as well, and he was clearly a cool guy, and I was just like, this is epic.
It definitely felt like it was more of the company setup than the individual.
Yeah, I bet it does get quite distracting flying. You know, there was 9 helicopters in Vegas, all flying in formation.
Yeah,
So
you need to be concentrated. And you know, like, obviously, we fly helicopters, but you know other people are just going to ask some stupid questions leaving the runway, and you want to be clear.
100%. Yeah, there's probably a lot of... Yeah, I suppose as well, we had the whole helicopter to ourselves, but if you had 6 people all having their own conversations, all trying to ask the pilot, I mean, yeah, Maverick Helicopters was a pretty legit operation, to be fair.
Yeah.
9 helicopters all take. You see them all taxiing down at the same time. Insane.
The refueling as well. That was so cool.
Yeah, just having that random piece of land in the middle of the, was it Mojave Desert?
Yeah, I don't know, but it was almost cooler to see that than actual Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
the
totally.
whole
That
operation.
operation. But what was crazy about that is obviously it makes sense if you're flying in on the helicopter. But he said, oh yeah, we have to tanker this fuel in all the way. So there's someone who physically has to drive out, fill that gas station up.
In the tiniest road ever.
That road, it wasn't even a road, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, the
It was like a
Defender
dirt
wouldn't
track.
even
Yeah,
handle
no.
that, let alone a huge, like, Repsol equivalent type tanker.
Bust a tire, yeah, good luck.
But you know what was crazy about that? Considering all of the rules and the protocols, like what we were saying the other day about like all these different airports outside of Spain just seem to be a lot more chill. Like we were the first helicopter to land. Like an EC-130 helicopter is a big helicopter.
Yeah.
We were the first to land, shut down. All right, guys, yeah, you can get out now and just like go over there or something like that.
Yeah.
And then 8 other helicopters came in behind us at various different timings, all landing. And we're just like chilling. I mean, if you remember, it was all rocks on the floor as well.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
sand and, you know, it's like crazy.
Middle of nowhere. Speaking about the Grand Canyon, do you remember how he said that the land in the Grand Canyon was still owned by all the
Oh, yeah.
what do you call it?
Families.
Yeah, the families, the Native American families.
Yeah,
So
that was crazy.
every single flight, they would still get a percentage of every single Maverick helicopters flight just because they're flying over their territory.
He said it was something like 3 million square meters that they own or
Yeah.
something, wasn't it? Yeah, they all get a slice of that whole landing area.
Yeah.
It's like carved up amongst the 3 or 4 other helicopter companies, and they pay a landing fee for every single time, which is crazy.
That really puts into perspective, like America in general. You think, well, the US more than America, but like such a massive country, but it still has its origins with like Native Americans.
Well, it's crazy to think, you know, when you think about like landmarks such as the Grand Canyon and Niagara Falls and stuff like that, you forget someone owns it.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's the government, but you assume it's like part of a national park.
Yeah.
But someone goes, oh yeah, this is owned by the family. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Private people own the Grand Canyon, which is wild.
And also the fact that that was such a hostile environment. Like I know myself when I see like movies or whatever and the Grand Canyon's displayed, you think, oh, that would be so cool to go on the bike. You would not like to be on the bike out there.
Nah, no way. No way. What actually shocks me about the whole thing is how intense the heat is. Like intense. It is literally like you've had the oven on for like an hour and you do that stupid thing where you open the oven like just to check to see if it's cooked, and you put your eyes right next to it and it all smacks you in the face.
My roommate Bertie does that quite a lot.
It catches you out, but it's so intense that heat is so dry. And the second you get out of the helicopter, it's like, okay, wow, we're in the middle of the desert, and it feels like we're in the middle of the desert.
Yeah. But it's so weird because the sweat, like, it doesn't really come out of you.
No,
I don't know
no,
if it's because
nothing.
it's so dry, but
Yeah. I actually preferred that heat than the Mallorca heat.
yeah.
You know, August in Mallorca compared to August.
Nah, dude.
on.
Just drenched.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
drenched.
But we was in Vegas in August.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, crossing the road wasn't nice. You could literally feel the heat coming off the floor. But
Yeah. But it was just hot, wasn't it? It wasn't like sweaty hot.
Yeah.
Which is that again, going back to what you originally said about like flying helicopters over summer or not flying helicopters over the summer. It's just like, well, it's not enjoyable.
Yeah.
You get out and your back's stuck to the seat.
Yeah, that's true.
And then just walking to the helicopter, checking it, starting up. It's like, nah.
The shutdown, the 5 minutes you have to
I'll
spend
fly in
there.
November when it's like when it's chill.
Yeah.
You know?